Welcome to the Losing Streak, a sports gambling podcast for those who just can't seem to win. My name is Bozo Bill, and I'm here with my co-host, Automatic Austin.
How's it going, everybody?
Well, let's get right back into it. We just know how to give winners, bro. We just don't know how to play all of them. But we just give winners on the daily here. Well, on the semi-daily when we're here daily.
Yeah, we did pretty good on our last episode, giving out some winners for you guys.
Yeah, well, what's your play of the days now on Twitter? I think you won yours today.
Yeah, I won my I gave out Cavs -1, and they won by 4, so we're up to 4-2 on play of the days. And both of my losses have been on like bad beats, so I mean you could say I should be 6-0.
So my first POD today, it tied with, or it got a push with, Colorado State. They were winning the whole game, and they let them come back at the end, but they still won. I hope people didn't get onto it too late, because I know the line went up to like 3 or 3.5 before tip off. That would have sucked. But yeah, and then so with that push, I went for Wisconsin, and they just got destroyed, bro. They tried in the second half, but that was ugly. And since we both have Hulu Live, we could not watch the game. Hulu, I was going crazy today. I thought like something was wrong with my TV. I thought something was wrong with my wireless. And I look on Twitter, and everybody's like, wait, why is Hulu Live not working? And then me and you independently both had to watch that stupid-ass Big Ten marathon thing. It just kept replaying with the same music. I thought I was going crazy,
yeah, that was
bro.
pretty funny.
I tried reloading. I tried quitting it. I tried opening it up. It just kept...
Yeah, and I opened it 30 minutes later, and it was the same thing, too. I was like, what the heck? Is it just this game? That's so funny. But, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm thinking about switching over to Fubo or whatever the hell it is. So if you guys want to sponsor me, let me know. All right. Or sponsor us, sorry. All right, so let's just get right into tomorrow, man. We got now some of the small conferences are done. This is all big boy basketball with some little boy basketball in there, but let's get right into it tomorrow, man. What's your favorite game tomorrow?
Man, there's a lot tomorrow, and what sucks is a lot of the early games, they're just lines that I can't play. Like, I don't like Marquette 6.5. Sure, like they'll probably crush St. John's, but I mean that's still a lot of points. Michigan -3. I don't trust Michigan. I know Rutgers isn't very great, but I mean they're still a solid defensive team. Wake Forest and Miami, Florida. Again, 5.5 is a lot to lay with Florida because they're a Jekyll and Hyde team. Like, I feel like they could easily let any team come back with a backdoor cover. So it's just I really want to play the early games, but I just don't see a lot of value with them. What about you? You see any value with the early games?
So with Miami, I think that line may move for tomorrow. So I'm going to wait on that. I think people are going to bet up Miami a bit. There's a lot of fools out there, and I think with the Michigan line, I think that might actually go down because I was looking at Sportsline and it didn't have it has their prediction that Rutgers wins by 1, which is insane to begin with, but yeah, it doesn't even have the spread on there. And then I see -3.5. I was thinking -1.5 I would take on Michigan, but -3.5 I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would take Michigan money line just because they're the more desperate team, but I just can't trust Michigan.
I mean, what I might just do tomorrow is just make a money line parlay of some of these, like Toledo, we know is going to beat Miami of Ohio. But you never know with these. That's the problem with some of these tournaments, though, man. Like one of these games will screw that parlay up because.
Yeah, I won't Davidson VCU. I mean, Davidson's always an under. I mean, that they can always upset a team. I think if anything, I feel like a good one would be Marquette and Miami, Florida money line parlay. I feel like that would be a pretty good bet for the morning games.
What time's the Marquette game? Oh wait, they're playing St. John's, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know how I know? You know how I know? Because I can't see the game.
Can't see it. Yeah.
So I just took a wild guess. I remembered. Oh yeah, St. John's is still alive. So obviously we're rooting for Marquette, but bro, if I go to the semifinals on Friday and then St. John's is in one of those games.
No, they won't. They're terrible, dude. I watched them so many times this year. They're so bad.
It's probably good I can't bet on them. You're going to hear about it on this podcast if the New York team makes it, but I don't think anybody will. No, Syracuse. You didn't bet Syracuse today, did you?
No,
Okay.
no.
And then I
So,
guess they just
but
like, did they just fire Boheim after it? I heard like he's just
well, he
done.
said it was like up to the university, but I guess just the university like said it was time, like time to part ways, and so he retired.
But
It
they
was
didn't do
probably
like
like a mutual decision.
they didn't do like a ceremony. Like how do you do it like the day that he lost, man? Like that's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
they
just
should
me.
have warned him that like in the beginning of the year, like, hey, this is gonna be your last year or something, just to give him, that carousel.
Also, apparently he had a retirement speech last week.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that interview was so weird. He's like, yeah, last week I had a retirement speech and only one person found out, and the person's like, wait, so you're retiring? He's like, I didn't say that. It's like, what do you mean? You just said you had a retirement speech.
Did he say that before the game or after the game?
After the game, during the
After the
interview, I
game,
was like,
yeah.
what the hell is this dude talking about, dude? Like, you just said you had a retirement speech, and now you're saying that's not what you, like, whatever.
You know what probably happened? He probably had some tech guy record the retirement thing, and then Syracuse was probably supposed to put it out, and nobody put it out. And so he was that probably. I'm serious.
Like, fuck you, Jim Bohan.
And he's an older guy. He probably thought it was just put out. Like if I was making a retirement speech, I'm not gonna like look up the articles to like see how people accepted my retirement speech. I'm just gonna put it out there and not read the comments. But
Right.
man, yeah. But he was a great, or he is a great still. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. He played at Syracuse, and then he from 63 to 66, and then he was an assistant coach starting in 69, and then he's been the head coach in 76. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, 47 years.
That is crazy. And he became more winning than Mike Krzyzewski after he retired. So good.
Good for him.
Yeah, hey, I hate Duke. Anyways, all right, let's look at these games. Yeah, I still might take that Michigan -3.5, but I'll see how that game goes because I like the hedge. And
It's
the
-3
Toledo
right now on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm just gonna wait, see if it goes down at all. What about the Iowa State Baylor game? We've seen Iowa State play well. We've seen them play awful
What
this
time
year.
is that? Oh, that's at 10:30. Yeah, I was looking at this game, but Iowa State just crushed Baylor on their home court. So I feel like Baylor's gonna crush them. So I'm pretty much just staying away from this game. Iowa State's fucked me so many times this year. Fuck them forever. And Baylor, I just
believe.
don't trust.
Wait, let me search our messages. I believe I banned Iowa State, us from betting on them. So
No, yeah.
let's
So that's
see.
why I'm saying I pretty much skipped out on that game from my mind. I didn't even when you looked at it, I thought it was later in the schedule because I just completely skipped that one. I did not even want to look at that one. The game I do want to talk about, though, is Ohio and Ball State.
Oh, I have Ball State, huh? The MAC is coming back here. Okay.
The MAC attack.
Let's see this line. It's about even, huh? It opened at Ball +1. Now it's Ball -0.5.
Yeah, on MGM it's 1.5. On DraftKings it's a pick'em. I'm leaning Ball State. They just had a really good year. They did lose against Ohio, but that doesn't really scare me. Let me check the MAC standings really quick.
Let's see.
So we checked they're right under each other. Ball State's 11-7, conference. Ohio's 10-8. Road record wise though, Ball State 6-7, Ohio's 4-11. So Ball State you could say is the better away team. Let me check the score of their game that they had. What is Sportsline say?
So well, Ball State does have a questionable. Their guard is questionable. Jay Coleman. I don't know. Is he good for Ball State?
I'm not sure.
He averages 15 points a game. So yeah, it's pretty good, I'd say.
Oh yeah, that's a big injury.
It says he's questionable, but I mean, come on, it's a tournament. Like,
right?
Are they really going to sit him? It says undisclosed. Like, what does that mean?
So they lost by 5 in Ohio. So I like them on a neutral court if that guy plays.
So yeah, what I would say is if you're on Ball State, I would bet it now, and then hope he comes in, because if he comes in, that line's going to shift tomorrow. So yeah, if you like Ball State, I'd take it now because that line's not going to get better, I don't think. Well, let me see what Action Network said. Good old Sports Line predicts Ohio wins. Oh, today I discovered Sportsline also has a TV channel or like TV show on CBS Sports. When I was trying to figure out how to watch games that I couldn't get to load, yeah, I was getting everything but what I wanted. Okay, and this is not what the heck? What time is this game at? Where'd it go?
Like noon or 11:30.
It might not even be on. What the heck? It's not on Action Network yet. Are we? Okay, whatever. I think I got this playbook. But yeah, on covers.com, I was looking. That's where I saw the injury. Yeah, they're pretty even with against the spread. Ball State had 2 more wins. But yeah, I like this. Ball State's got the revenge angle. Let's see. Yep, and the favorite is 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 meetings between these teams. So Vegas gets it right.
Yeah, I'm looking at that injury too. Sunday, March 5th. What did the dealing with an unknown issue and it's unclear if he will be available against Ohio. Unknown what? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know what that means, bro. Let's see. So,
Okay.
Wait, he's dealing with turf toe. It says. Well, another guy turned both ankles. But said so.
Okay.
I think they're gonna play, but they're not gonna be 100%. They're not guaranteed they'll be 100%.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that one. If it tilts, if we see Ball State 1.5, we'll take them. If it goes towards Ohio, we'll take Ohio. Whatever line movement goes, we'll go with the line movement.
Yeah, we'll just follow the money. We'll be simpletons.
Yeah, for that game because that one feels a little tricky with the injuries.
Yeah, early looks like big money is on Ohio, but like most of the tickets too. But then allegedly there's some sharps on Ball State, according to Action Network. Believe it if you want. I'm starting to think Action Network may be a counterintelligence operation by the sports books.
Possibly, who knows?
Yeah, well, who knows? All right, let's move on to a different game.
Next up, so this one kind of hurts me, man. And this could go either way, but Providence plus 7.5. It's just sitting there. It's staring at me.
Yeah, it's already 6.5 on what I'm looking at. Let's see.
Yeah, so it's tough. It's like these games should be close, but UConn is so much better than Providence. It's like it's not even like in my opinion, it's not even close. UConn is way better.
So Providence beat them once this year.
Yeah, probably on their home court. They only lost like twice.
Yeah, but UConn was 5.5. Yeah, but UConn was 5.5 point favorites, and they won by.
Well, yeah, that's because Vegas is stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, UConn's a covering machine. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, what you're betting on here is whether Providence can hit free throws or 3-pointers or not. I feel like.
Well, that's what happens is they always play great defense, but they always go on these cold streaks where they can't score for like 5-6 minutes, and then it's like, dude, like then all of a sudden they're down 12, but then they go on an 8-0 run and they're back in the game, but then they go on they give up a 6-0 run, and it's like they're never consistent enough. So
a guard for Connecticut is questionable Thursday with abdominal issues. It looks like diarrhea is his last name. Diarrhea.
Oh, they're gonna say he had diarrhea.
No, I mean literally that's his. I made the joke as I saw his name. So
yeah,
but yeah, well, I might take a stab at Providence there because and they're kind of a streaky team too. So let's say
might as well. I mean, at that number, you're just banking on a close Big East tournament game. I mean, if you're gonna play a number in this game, you're playing Providence plus 7.5. You're not playing UConn plus 7.5.
Yeah, but
or minus 7.5.
Yeah, and what we could do too is then I could play Providence and then parlay Connecticut money line with one of those other games that we like.
Or you can just wait because Providence is gonna go down big at one point in this game, and you can just wait to grab some points.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not gonna because Providence isn't gonna jump out to an early lead against UConn.
But that wouldn't be a bad parlay of Marquette and UConn, though. I wonder what value you get on that. Maybe something.
UConn's only you can't bet Marquette, fool.
I can bet Marquette. Oh yeah, I
They're
can't.
playing
Dang, I
St.
forgot.
John's.
I forgot. Man, I
You
got
can
myself. I
bet
got my hopes
Miami,
up.
Florida.
I am not betting on those fools. All right.
All right, next
What
up, Ohio State, Iowa. We're taking Iowa.
we're gonna fade Ohio State again.
And we're taking Iowa -2 before it moves to -2.5 and -3 because Iowa is about to smoke Ohio State.
Yeah, I thought Ohio State would lose today. I mean, honestly, if you look at that second half, you can see how bad Ohio State is. They were up. They were
Well,
killing
dude, you
Wisconsin.
said yesterday Sharps and Big Money were on Ohio State, so I mean, we kind of knew they were gonna win.
Yeah, and Wisconsin came back from what I thought was an insurmountable lead. It was like 24 points at one point, but
right.
At the end, I saw how bad the execution was at Ohio State. I mean, I didn't see it. I saw the results on ESPN because Hulu sucks. But like every time, you know, they would get within 4 or 5 points, like Ohio State would have a chance to extend the lead, and they would miss free throws. They'd give up a steal, and I'm like, what the heck? How are you giving up a steal with like a minute left? Like, what are you doing? So
yeah, they're a young team. I mean, they'll be good probably next year and then the year after, but yeah. They'll bounce out this round, I think. So
yeah,
I don't even see a lineup on MGM, so I'm gonna take the -2 on DraftKings while I still can.
And if you made money on Ohio State today, enjoy your money and do not bet on them again because you will not make money on them again.
Yeah, they're on a
maybe
nice
this
little
game,
run.
but that's it. I mean, I don't think they win this game, obviously, but that run has to end. Especially Iowa's a good team.
Yeah, and Iowa was my pick to win to go on a run for the Big Ten title anyway. So I'm all over Iowa.
Yeah. All right, lock it in, Iowa. Squad ride. Okay. Yo, what if Krabs play of the day is Iowa? I'm gonna burn down his house. Just kidding.
I mean, he's capable of hitting. Most of his plays are just freaking.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can hit
stupid.
if you just pick random sides. And I feel like he just picks random sides, bro. Yeah, like
I feel like he just picks whatever home team. But now that the home teams are here, he's not doing good.
Yeah, like what the heck?
But even before, he wasn't really doing good. So it's whatever. We don't have to talk about other cappers on here.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, I kind of want to take Pittsburgh +6 against Duke, but I don't know, man. Pittsburgh is so inconsistent as well.
Yeah, I feel like I made money on them today, but they should not have covered, bro. They were looking bad. But let's see. Yeah, they've covered 3 out of the last 5 games, and the 2 times they didn't cover was that Miami game. Oh no, sorry. The
Pittsburgh actually leads the country against the spread.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
they just happened to not cover in 2 out of the last 5 against Georgia Tech. Funny enough, Georgia Tech, they just didn't win by enough points, and then Notre Dame, they got upset, but that was at Notre Dame, and I feel like Notre Dame, you know, they're fighting for survival. Yeah. So let's see what the pros have to say. The big money is a little bit on Pitt, but one alleged sharp is on Duke. It's probably Mike Krzyzewski. But
yeah, it's probably a game I'm going to stay away from. But it's just some of those big numbers on these games is something you want to take a close look at, especially if the line starts moving. But
and Duke is an awesome team to fade right now because, like if you look at their against the spread numbers, it's like 12 and 19. They're kind of like an Ohio State in football. Like people like Duke fans love to bet on Duke. You know, people all over. And it just kind of artificially inflates their lines. Like I feel like if this had been if this was the same team that Duke has, like the same quality, but it was NC State was the name of the team, they'd be like -3. I feel like in this game, if that makes sense. Yeah. So fading the public, and that line already moved up to 6, which is crazy. It started at 4. I definitely want to take Duke -4, but at -6. Pitt's looking like a better option if you want to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sorry, yeah, Duke's just a terrible road team too. So it's just, and Pitt's actually one of the better road teams in the country. So it's just, you're looking at Pittsburgh. They could actually make a run in the ACC tournament. So it really is a tough game to look at. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and see where the line, if the line keeps moving and like if it gets up to like +7, maybe like I'll probably, if it gets to +7.5, I'm definitely going to take Pittsburgh. But yeah, +6.5, we'll see.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? Do you think Colorado State has a chance against San Diego State?
Oh, no.
Dude, one of the guys I follow, he made his POD the money line on Colorado State. He definitely has to like go to Colorado State or something, right? Like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Colorado State is awful. I don't understand.
Yeah, he put it's +420. That's funny. Okay. So he said, give me Colorado State +420, a lock of the year. Maybe he smoked too much weed when he wrote that. What the heck?
Probably just a clown. But at 1 o'clock, Kansas, West Virginia. West Virginia just smoked Texas Tech, but give me Kansas -3. They're one of the best teams in the country. I don't care. To win by a possession and a free throw at the end of the game, come on, give me Kansas. I'm locking it in right now before it gets any bigger.
You know how I feel about Kansas. But let me see.
I don't know. They're the most quad one wins of any team in the country. So
yeah, but they never fucking cover for me when I bet on them, bro.
And take West Virginia, and we'll have a luck battle.
See, but this 3 points. I mean, the reason I feel like West Virginia is a play is just in a normal, like a 1-8 like this, like, one in the conference, number 1 seed versus number 8 seed in the conference. I feel like there'd be a much bigger line, like it'd be closer to 6 or 7, like in some of those other games. So
it's a Big 12 conference, so.
But do we think Kansas is just going to take the foot off the pedal? I don't understand why this line is so low.
I don't either, but I'm taking it. I think Kansas is a free play.
Okay. I'm finally going to make money. But, dude, what did the line open at? It opened at 3. Did it open at 3?
I don't know.
Yeah, it stayed. Dude, why is it staying at 3, but 94% of the money and 94% of the bets and 96% of the money are on Kansas?
I don't know. West Virginia has a ton of homers, too, so I don't know.
Okay. We might have to go against each other in this one, man. It seems suspicious to me. I'll sleep on it.
Go ahead, Mr. fucking UMass.
Hey.
You ain't talking me out of this one.
I may have missed that one, but I also got Oklahoma State and I nailed NC State today. So,
well, I tweeted out Oklahoma State, and for whatever reason, I took Oklahoma. So I don't know.
Classic.
I went full retard. So never go full retard.
Trying to get us canceled, man. Trying to get us canceled before we're even popular, bro.
Canceling us for a movie quote? Go ahead, man.
Okay. I'm sure I can find movie quotes that are cancelable very easily. All right. Who the hell is this? Oh, Sam Houston State. All right. Any other lines jump out at you as pretty crazy?
Grand Canyon being 0-2 against Seattle and being favored -3.
Ooh. Is that one of our system plays?
Yeah, it is a system play.
And I love playing Grand Canyon, and I love fading Seattle. It's like this game was made for me, bro. Ever since I saw their high school gym.
Where is this game being played at?
Okay, what?
Las Vegas. Yeah,
I'm taking Orleans Arena.
I'm taking Grand Canyon -3, locking it in now.
Right, -2.5 on Caesars. My boy Caesars.
I swear I saw 3.5 on Caesars.
I mean, it might have been. Maybe it went down.
Let me look. I swear, because I was just looking at it's at 3.5.
Well, it says Caesars New York is 2.5. Let me see if my app is lying, or let me see if
your app is lying to you, dude.
Well, because the app is Action Network. And what time is this game?
3.
2.5 on here. Yeah.
I kind of want to take Washington State +2.5 against Oregon, bro. Washington State is such an underdog. Oh, they're a dark horse.
What's the head-to-head on this one? Did Oregon beat them twice? No, Washington State beat them once. Oregon beat them once.
It's a tough one. Oh, I already passed up a game I like too. Oh no, it's the next game. Never mind.
All right, what's the next game you like?
Hawaii -1. Lock that shit in. They're 0-2 against Cal State Fullerton, but they're the better team. They're gonna win in this one.
I will take your word for it on this one because I don't really know these teams. I mean, I know the late night games. We bet on them, but I feel like
Hawaii can win this tournament. So I mean, it's Cal State Fullerton's been on a roll, but Hawaii's the better team. So I don't know.
yeah, Cal State Fullerton. I mean, they both covered the same amount in the last 5 games, but Cal State Fullerton's done pretty well this year. We're covering 18-9-1. But let's see what. Okay. So you say you're West. Are you locking in Hawaii, or are you still debating stage here?
No, I'm locking in Hawaii.
Okay. So this would be one of those system plays, right? Yeah, because they're favored and they've lost twice. Dang, how is Cal State Fullerton so good against the spread, man? Is it just because Vegas sucks at capping their games? Yeah, 85% of the money leaders on Hawaii and Cal State Fullerton are betting on Hawaii. So Hawaii looks good.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's pick
winners.
I'm going to put it on my Action Network profile, so that makes it official.
I only pick winners. No, I don't do that. I tweet my plays.
I do both. Okay. And I get in arguments about hedging things, and guys are like, "I don't care about your hedging." And I'm like, "All right, dude, it's cool." I'm trying to help you make money plays. Trying to help you make money, but it's cool. All right.
All right. So next up, Morgan State UMass, whatever.
Maryland Eastern Shore.
This opened at +6.5, and it's already at +4.5 on DraftKings.
Dang.
So I'm leaning towards taking Morgan State. I see a +5.5, so I think I'm going to take Morgan State. They're 1-1 in the season splitter, so they split it. They're very similar record-wise. Let me check their. Where the hell did my Safari go? There it is.
Did they have game 1? Did either of them play today?
No.
No. Why is this line taking so long to update? I wonder if it's just because. But MEAC had their first round today, right? What was that?
Who the fuck is the MEAC?
I only want to bet against Maryland Eastern Shore for having the dumbest name, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird name. So Maryland Eastern Shore is 9-5 conference. Morgan State's 8-7. Excuse me. Away record, Maryland Eastern is way better. Man, this is. I don't know. Maybe we should just stay away from this game. I don't like this conference, the MEAC. I'm going to stay away from the MEAC.
Yeah,
stay away from the MEAC
because Maryland's 15-8-2 against the spread, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that conference.
Man, if we knew this conference, we'd probably make a lot of money on this. That's the problem. That's what we got to do next year. At the beginning of the year, we got to.
Yeah, we just got to pick a few conferences we really like.
Yeah, we got to pick the small ones. That's where the money's at. The big games are so fucking hard to handicap half the time. All right, let's move on then. MEAC, we got you next year. Okay.
Yeah. So next up, if you can find Arkansas -1, grab them. They opened up at +1. They're already down to -1 because Auburn is a terrible road team. And because Arkansas is fully healthy, I'm going to take their money line at -120, locking it in right now. And that's probably going to be my pod for tomorrow.
For just Arkansas, what's it at? Minus what?
1.5, but I took the money line at -120. Okay. It's just a really bad matchup for Auburn. Auburn is really guard heavy, but the wings on Arkansas are really lengthy, so I feel like they're not going to be able to shoot very well. And Arkansas has their center and their point back and healthy, so they like to drive to the basket create foul trouble for opposing teams and get at the free throw line. And this is exactly what they're going to do tomorrow. They're going to oppose their will against Auburn, and they're going to crush them.
And on Action Network, one of the first articles that popped up that was written right after the line popped out, it said, Arkansas versus Auburn, is the wrong team favored? And the whole article is about how Arkansas is going to win. So, and then the line moved. So that guy knew what he was talking about.
It's just a really bad, and Auburn's a terrible road team, and Arkansas is a good road team. I mean, it's just a terrible matchup for Auburn. They couldn't have drawn a worse opponent in the SEC.
Yeah. And
but
then
moving
one
on,
of them and then the winner
sorry,
has to face the winner of that game has to face Texas A&M, which sucks.
Yeah, which reminds me, we need to lock in our Texas A&M squad ride.
Oh yeah,
because I actually think they're going to win the SEC. Because Alabama's not going to win the SEC.
No. Yeah, let's do it. Squad ride.
Yeah,
you heard it here first, or last week, or whatever.
Yeah,
you still heard it here first.
When Texas A&M is cutting the ropes, you heard it here. But anyway, going to the Big Ten. Should we take Illinois 2.5, or should we wait to hedge this game? Because we know Illinois is going to go down big at some point and then come back and win the game.
I mean, you're right. Wait, but Illinois, they lost to Ohio State, right? That game I lost money.
Yeah, they did lose to Ohio State. But wait, Illinois is 0-2 against Penn State in their favored system play. Have to take it.
Okay, good. And also, fuck Penn State for blowing my play of the day. They won that game, but they looked like ass.
I can't believe they came back. That was a pretty crazy comeback.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, it's not a road game. I mean, it kind of is a road game for Penn State. I think it's in the conference in Chicago, right? I think.
Is it really? Oh my God! Then hop all over Illinois. It's already at 3.5 on MGM. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's at the United Center. It's where the Bulls play.
I'm trying to grab Illinois 2.5. Where you at? Oh my God! I'm losing my mind. What time is this game? 4:30.
Yeah. Wait. So what locks did we already lock in? I don't even remember now. We got Illinois.
A lot, dude. It's a big slate tomorrow. I have them right here. So I've locked in Illinois, Arkansas, Hawaii, Grand Canyon, Kansas, and Iowa.
Okay.
It's funny. I'm finding all the better lines on DraftKings. What the hell, MGM?
Well, I got to transfer some of my money around. But I technically owe money to PayPal, but not really. It's just because this shit didn't deposit in time. So they're like, oh, you have a negative balance. And I'm like, but then if I I deposit from my checking account. So it's going to it, but it hasn't posted yet. So if I was to take money out of one of my accounts and put it into PayPal, it'll just count it towards a negative. So it's I lost it temporarily. So I'm like, I am messing with PayPal right now. You do not get to be a sponsor of PayPal. Okay. All right.
Moving on. Charlotte, Middle Tennessee. I kind of want to take Middle Tennessee in this game. Charlotte just doesn't do it for me. I've watched them a few times this year, and their team is just so unathletic. It's actually crazy watching them. I don't know how they've won as many games as they have. Maybe they have a good coach. I don't know. But give me Middle Tennessee. I feel like they're the more talented team.
Man, are you going to make me bet on Middle Tennessee again, bro? I feel like every time we bet on them this year, they've lost.
Yeah, but they're the team that's going to make a run, so.
All right, let's look. Yeah, and they beat Charlotte in the last game. So, yeah.
Conference USA, they have 2 more conference wins. I mean, they're not a great road team, but hey, what? It's tourney time, baby. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm saying it looks, it looks like a decent play. I'm not opposed.
I'm not
to
locking it in, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it starts to move towards Middle Tennessee, I'm gonna take Middle Tennessee, but I'm not gonna lock it in just yet.
All right.
Moving on. Let me see what else we got cooking. All right, so next up, looking at the slate.
Perfect.
I was looking at Oklahoma State, Texas, but it's the line's at 6 right now. I don't feel comfortable with laying either side. LaSalle Fordham. Do you want to take a stab at LaSalle +4, or do you want to?
You can.
I'm not
Fordham's
gonna take. Oh yeah, Fordham
Fordham's
is
in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's right. UNLV Boise State. Man, why are these lines so low? Boise State -4 is free, dude. Like UNLV is terrible. They just had an overtime game. They're gonna have tired legs. Give me Boise State -4. Lock that shit in.
Yeah, the Air Force should have won that game. Even though I made more, I mean, obviously I was against UNLV, but I made more money with the hedge by them coming back and winning. It was fine. But yeah, they definitely should not have won that game. That was, they just, I think they pull out to a lead, you know, at the beginning, just Air Force misses some shots, but they're not a good team. We don't like UNLV. Let's go with the Broncos. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
This will be your last chance to fade UNLV for the season.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, that's a great way to look at that.
Yeah, that's why I'm the main host. Just kidding, co-host. All right.
So they just added this line: North Carolina and Virginia. North Carolina +1.5, Virginia -1.5. Which side are we leaning here?
So, I was gonna say, man, I don't know, because we know North Carolina's got to win pretty much to make the tournament, right?
Exactly. I mean, you can still take a future for North Carolina at +600 and hedge with Virginia.
That is like a genius idea, actually, because I don't see other teams beating North Carolina here. Let's see. They're both really bad against the spreads, so it's probably great that it's like a pick 'em.
Well, this really is. This is a really shitty game. I mean, Virginia has only lost 6 games, sure, but they're probably like one of the worst top 15 teams ever. Like they're frauds. They're not going to go very far in the tournament.
Let me check out their.
I mean, so is North Carolina. They have like what one or two quad 1 wins this year. So I mean, it really is a hard game to pick.
Yeah, Virginia, even though they're 23-6, they're 16th on the Colley matrix, which just, you know, that just does wins and losses based on records.
Mm-hmm.
And North Carolina, they're probably pretty far down on what they got on the UNC. Can't even find them. What the heck? 47th. So 47th versus 16th. But Virginia's got the 76th strongest strength of schedule, while UNC had 20th. And UNC beat them before, so that's UNC's top win. So, yeah, I think UNC might be the play here. I'm glad it's a later game, so I can see how we do earlier in the day. I get crazier on the bets when I have great days. It turns out great sometimes, like today. Other times, I end up back where I started. But hey, that's okay. That's why we gamble. All right.
That's why we do the show, to make us feel a little bit better about ourselves.
Yes, thank you all for listening.
But
we do fan service here.
Man, DraftKings is staying with these better lines. I'm looking at TCU -2 against Kansas State. I just don't believe in Kansas State. I've watched them so many times this year. They just don't. The way they play, I don't like it. That probably sounds like a little, you know, stupid to say, but they go mainly through their shooting guard. I forgot his name. I think it's like, I can't remember what it was. He's good, but TCU is better, man. Give me TCU. -2.
All right. So looking, the money bets are pretty evenly spread. I don't know, man. I still have a bad taste in my mouth with some past games with TCU. I feel like
I have bad taste in
both
of these games with both these teams.
Like sometimes they show. I mean, honestly, these are like two teams that are very similar in that they have great games and then they have games where it's like they get laughed out of the building. And yeah, I don't. You saying you like TCU for this one, man?
Yeah, I like TCU.
Because 92% of the money leaders, so 11 out of the 12 on covers picked Kansas State. Let me see.
Yeah.
Were there any new injuries?
I'm not gonna lock it in right now, but
the center for TCU is out indefinitely as of yesterday for personal reasons. Let me see. E. Lampkin. I don't know if he's their starting center. He sucks. Yeah, he's only 4.7 points a game. So whatever. Maybe that'll be better. Maybe they'll play better without him.
He's that big ass dude with the dreads, with the all the like the crazy ass hair.
Okay. Maybe they'll play better without him. Yeah.
I know I said I want to skip from the MAC, but I kind of want MEAC, but I want to take Coppin State plus 10.5 against Norfolk.
What time is that game?
That game is at 6:30. They beat Norfolk this year, and they're catching 10.5 points. I know they've only won 9 games, but I feel like this could be sharp right here.
Is the Norfolk Scope Arena where Norfolk State plays? Like, is this a home game for them?
Probably.
So that would make it a little tougher.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of points, though, man. Especially like college basketball. I mean, yeah, we're having some blowouts like that, but let's see. But dude,
they're so close.
Dude, Coppin beat Norfolk by 17, but when Norfolk beat Coppin State, dude, it was by 31 points. But the funny thing was, Coppin State lost by 31, and guess where that game was?
Where?
At Coppin State. So Norfolk lost at home by 7 to Coppin State. So now they're playing it. Yeah. So technically, it's neutral. Is this a neutral arena? This can't be a neutral arena, can it?
Dude, a lot of these games are so close, and I feel like I'm just taking favorites, but that's where I feel like the value is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's not. It's wait, the Norfolk Admirals play there, isn't? Oh, it's a hockey team. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this arena is technically neutral, even though it's in Norfolk, like the city, which is like a big military base / city. But yeah, it's like where all the Navy yards are there. That's where they build all the ships. It's like near DC. Yeah, I would say it's not necessarily going to be a home game. They may travel. Where even is Coppin State, bro?
I have no idea, man.
I feel like we've bet on this team plenty of times. We don't even know where it is.
You're asking the wrong guy. I was
I'm gonna
terrible
guess
at geography.
I'm gonna guess Virginia, and I was way off. It was Baltimore, so it's in Baltimore. So Baltimore, that's all the same, like the DC area. So it's not really much of a travel. Let me see, miles. Okay, I'm a little bit wrong. So it's the same area, but by water. But but it's a lot of miles. They got to go around. So it's like 240 miles apart.
I just took Iowa 1.5 on MGM, by the way.
Iowa, okay.
So I took Iowa -2 and 1.5.
You took both.
So I'm not playing around with Iowa tomorrow. I'm fading. I'm full sending on the fade of Ohio State.
Yeah, we are not a Buckeyes podcast, so if any of you,
even though I am a Buckeyes fan.
Yeah, Buckeyes fan. Yeah, just not this year.
Yeah, just not this year. They're just terrible this year. Not fun to watch. Actually, lately they've been pretty fun to watch. But what are your thoughts on any thoughts on the UC Davis UC Riverside matchup?
Bro, I couldn't even tell you who's who. I mean, it's good. It's a late game, but
exactly. I like these games because I just pick a side and I go to sleep.
I wish I could. I don't have that kind of faith. I mean, I did bet. Okay, so this is kind of off top. I mean, it's on topic, but the World Baseball Classic started yesterday. So one of the guys in my dental clinic with me, who I need to recommend to listen to this podcast. So Jason, if you hear this, cool. Now you know why I recommend this podcast. But he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Bill, what do you know about Cuba in baseball?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about in baseball?" He's like, "Are you going to bet on Cuba or are you going to bet on Netherlands tonight?" And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, the World Baseball Classic is game one. Cuba should be good. I think this is just kind of a racist assumption by him. I'm just joking with you, but he just like assumed the Cubans would be better. But they actually got out to a lead when I fell asleep, and then they lost. So I'm not going to bet on the World Baseball Classic again. I don't know why I did, but this was the first year that Cuba was allowed to, or maybe they allowed to have players that had left Cuba to come back and like play for Cuba, since it's kind of like because you're kind of exiled when you leave technically.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So hopefully Cuba does well. I mean, they lost, but it's like the world. It's kind of like the World Cup where they have each group is like 4 teams. So 2 teams advance in each group, so that they can still stay alive.
Yeah.
But, did you know anything about the World Baseball Classic?
Not really. I know the U.S. hasn't won in a while, right?
Yeah, I don't even know when they're playing, man.
Either. I didn't even realize it was starting already.
Well, it's in Taiwan. It's in Taiwan, so we're obviously not a pro-China podcast because we say the word Taiwan, which is a separate country. But yeah, let's see.
It's only a 5-day event.
No,
it's a 14-day.
The group stage is probably 5 days, and then they do like knockout rounds or whatever. So, they only do it every 4 years. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a.
So the United States won in 2017. I thought they hadn't won for a while because Mike Trout was complaining about some stupid shit.
Well, that must have been the last time they won it. Yeah, they won it last. So was he complaining before that then? Maybe.
I don't know. No, I just like this offseason. He was like saying that the United States needs to win it, and I was like, I don't know. I assumed it was because they hadn't won it for a while, but I don't know.
I feel like there was a lot of like debate between using like when this should happen, because there was like a Major League Baseball lockout, right, in 2021. So
yeah, just recently, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really affect much. It was like it only affected like the first 2 weeks. I think they only lost like a few games, but yeah, there was.
But yeah, see, it's been 6 years since they had the World Baseball Classic because it was supposed to be in 2021, then it got postponed. But then with the lockout, they made deals with like that or whatever when the collective bargaining agreement involved like how to get selected for the World Baseball Classic and stuff like that. So they kept it alive. So did they stop Olympic baseball? Or is that
I think
still
this
going?
basically is the Olympic baseball, is the World Baseball Classic.
Because Olympic baseball was going on for a while, I thought, right? It happened in 2020.
But this is like did it? I thought this was like essentially the
yeah, it didn't happen in 2016, and it didn't happen in 2012, but it happened in 2020. Let me see. Baseball will not be included in 2024, but it will be included in 2028 Los Angeles Olympics because it's popular in the U.S. That's so stupid. That is like the most confusing thing. So wait, you only have baseball at some Olympics? Like whatever.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, maybe we'll get into it this year. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how.
Yeah, baseball's starting up. We're gonna have to start. We'll definitely start with some baseball picks very soon. We love the nerfy yerfies.
What are they doing? Spring training right now?
Yeah, they have a few more weeks of that.
I don't think. Yeah, in New York you can't bet on spring training, but it's probably good because I don't want to anyways, bro.
Whoever bets on spring training, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
he who shall not be named made all his money on parlays. Measy, remember that? He would brag about preseason plays.
Aren't all the good players like doing the baseball classic right now? Like, aren't
they should be? Yeah,
the actual like, aren't none of them doing spring training?
Yeah, I would think they're all doing. Yeah, the best ones should be doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why. Wait, why would you even bet on?
Oh, it's not being played just in Taiwan. It's in the different pools or different areas. So, are we in Pool C? I assume.
I don't even know, dude. This is the first time I've even like really talked about the World Baseball Classic.
Okay, so it's actually in different places. So Pool A, which is like the teams I was just talking about. So Panama, Netherlands, Italy, Cuba, and Chinese Taipei, who is that's the other name for Taiwan. Mm-hmm. They're all playing in Taiwan for their group stage, and then the second group is in Tokyo, Japan, and then the third group is in Phoenix. You can go see them, bro, at Chase Field. They're gonna have the World Baseball Classic there, and then I guess so. One of the quarterfinals is going to be in Tokyo, and then the quarterfinal, semifinals, and championship are going to be in Miami this year. So that's cool. I was like very confused. I thought it was going to be in Taiwan the whole time.
Let's see how much tickets are to the World Baseball Classic. Let's say we want to watch. Oh, they're actually not that bad. I could go Saturday, March 11th? This Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
For I go see Colombia and Mexico for $40.
Nice. I don't know if either of them are good.
I don't either, but that's pretty interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah. They're definitely gonna be better. They're definitely a better baseball team than Great Britain. I'll tell you that. Can't even imagine Great Britain having like any baseball players. They're all like just trying to like drink tea
the United
and eat their
States
crumpets.
plays Saturday night.
Yeah, against Great Britain.
Yeah, I might have to go see that one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, only
and
40. Same thing, only $40.
And they play. The United States plays Mexico on Sunday. And then they play Canada on Monday. And then Colombia on Tuesday. That'd be cool. We have to bet those games. Let's see what the lines are at. See, now we're hooked. World Baseball Classic. You got us. Good job. All right. Anything else we should talk about tonight? I think we're about ready to go to bed.
I don't see any. I mean, I'm sure a few more. I mean, maybe a few more lines will pop up, but I think we got through pretty much everything. I don't see anything else that I'm really interested in talking about.
All right.
But we'll post our full cards tomorrow on Twitter and our pods. But my pod is going to be Arkansas. Lock it in right now if you can get it, because it's going to keep moving overnight. It's going to be 2.5 by the time you wake up in the morning.
You heard it here first. 2.5. All right. Yeah, I only have a last word. It's hard to do multiple a week. I feel like can't recommend that many things. But we'll think about it for the next episode. We'll both have good last words.
My last word, I have one, is Barry season 4 starts April 16th. So you have about a month to get all caught up on Barry.
Now, does that count as a repeat last word since you recommended Barry before?
Kind of, but since the new season's coming out, I'm giving you like a heads up warning. Like, you got a month to get caught up. It's a great show.
Is this warning just to me?
It's to everybody, whoever hasn't. The trailer was pretty good. It looks pretty interesting. It is the last season. Bill Hader did confirm that it ends after season 4. So yeah,
okay,
should be pretty good.
Even though it's technically a repeat, I'll allow it. That's good. I don't even think I've watched anything good recently, man. I just been watching too many stupid games. Yeah. I'll recommend a different podcast. We'll do something new here. So it's a podcast called Guys, and it's by this guy Brian, or Murder Brian. I think his name's actually like Brian Quimby. He's a pretty funny dude, and he just brings on dudes on his podcast, and they talk about different types of guys. So like the one episode was about drug guys, so like guys are like obsessed with drugs and like all weird kind of drugs. And another one was classic rock guys, which guys that they're obsessed with rock that went up to like 1980s, and then anything after that is not real rock anymore. And they debate online about like who should actually be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and how like Missy Elliott shouldn't be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a pretty funny podcast. I love it, man, because those are guys you run into those are the type of guys you don't want to deal with, and they make fun of them. So it's great.
Right.
But
also this weekend, sorry, I wanted to interrupt you real quick. Scream 6 comes out. I'm also pretty excited to see that. And also 65 with Adam Driver comes out. So a couple of movies I'm interested in seeing come out this weekend.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to see 65. Definitely in theaters too.
I've been slacking. 6 too, man. They're saying that's like the best Scream. It's since the original, at least.
Wait, when does Scream 5 come out?
Scream 5 came out in I think last January, 2022, January 2022.
Because there was like a big gap, right? Was that the most recent? Like,
because the Scream 4 came out in like 2012 or something. I remember because I saw it in the drive-in when I was a kid.
I remember nothing about Scream. I don't even know if I mean, obviously I watched the first movie or parts of it, but I don't remember
Dude, I
anything
love
about
any
those.
types of these movies like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween. They're all great.
How many times can Michael Myers die?
Infinite, I guess.
Yeah, those are good movies though. But all right, man. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Check me out at Twitter at bankroll_Bill, and Austin can be found at
Austin Sporsic.
Our email for the podcast is theLosingStreakPodcast@gmail.com, and our voicemail line is 646-494-7185. I also post them on the YouTube page, so give us some likes or comments there. If we get enough followers, we'll have videos, and then you can see what we look like. That'd be fun
For sure.
We'll listen to calls
doing, like mini little videos, like because a lot of people do like the little TikToks, and they'll advertise their picks or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll start thinking outside the box and doing some more stuff.
Oh, and speaking of this, since my brother was like one of the only people ever to call us on the podcast, he did want me to mention Arsenal's. I think they had Arsenal's sick comeback, against that team, or maybe there's something else. I don't know. I totally screwed that up. Sorry, Jay. I don't remember what you told me now. I'm tired. All right, that was cool. I should edit it out, but I won't. All right. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Austin?
No, man. We're giving out winners, guys. Like, if you're listening to us, just keep on listening to us. Maybe give us a shout out. Like, tell us to your friends. Tell about us to your family. Like, we're giving out winners. We're doing the work so you guys don't have to. Like, the last few days we've been killing it. Like, yeah, if you're out with us, you're rich.
Yeah, and if you're lazy, if you don't want to actually call, if you don't want to talk, you can just text that voicemail line too. That works. So tell us about your winners, tell about your losers. Tell us to go home, tell us to stop recording, like whatever you want. Like I like all sorts of comments. So
yeah, and give us those 5-star reviews because those actually help. Give us those downloads. Share your links with friends, family. Like literally anything, any engagement helps the podcast because we're growing and we're actually putting in work, man. It's 11 o'clock my time. It's 1 a.m. Bill's time. Like we're doing this for you guys. So.
But I also want to say I will be at the semifinals on Friday night for the Big East, so that'll be fun. Thanks to Caesars. Shout out to Caesars. And on that note, well, see you later.